Hi everyone, this is Grace. How are you? You know, we live up to age 100 and most likely we would be working until age 80. So let's redesign your life and let's work on your passive income and residual income so that you don't have to worry about running out of your savings and your money after you become age 80. And today, I'd like to share with you my story. Everybody wants to have happiness and abundance, but I think it is important for you to know your own options, and you need to invest in your first impressions. This is what happened to me when I was in Tokyo in the beginning of this month. I had a real fun time with my girlfriend and her husband. So four of us were having good time and then after the dinner, we were looking for a coffee shop to continue our fun conversation. But unfortunately, that particular area, no cafe was open after 9:30. The only place open where they serve coffee was Starbucks. So we went to Starbucks in Tokyo, and they stay open until 10:30. And since all other cafe was closed, the Starbucks was packed with people. Thank you so much, Yuko-san. Hello. Okay, so the Starbucks was packed with people, and we were a party of four. And there was only one table for two people. And there was another long bench, rather. It was a long bench where you can sit, in a row on a stool. So I asked my husband and my girlfriend's husband to save the stools, 4 stools, and my girlfriend and I went there to place order. And while we were waiting for our order, I looked around the Starbucks. Then I found there was a table for 4, but there were 2 young ladies sitting there. Looks like they were going over their business appointment or something. And then on the other hand, there was a small table for 2 in a quiet area. So I asked my girlfriend to go to that small table for 4 and save that table. And I went to talk to the 2 ladies sitting for the table for 4. And what I did was first, I was acting just like a Japan airline flight attendant. I kneeled down because they were sitting, so I kneeled down to have the same eye contact at the same eye level. And then with a smile, like a Japan airline. And then I talked to her, excuse me, sorry to bother you, but I am a party of 4, and I really appreciate if you can switch the table. I have a table for 2 people over there in a quiet area. So if you don't mind, would that be okay that we switch tables? And guess what? These 2 young Japanese ladies are very pleasant. They were very kind. They said, oh, sure, no problem. So they were happy to take my quiet table for 2, and I was able to sit this table for 4, and the 4 of us had a great time. So now there are 2 things in this story. Number 1, you need to know your options. Many Japanese people especially, they were shy, and the Japanese people are not as assertive as Americans. So when that happened, they might just hang around with that stool, and it's awkward. 4 people lined up, against the wall and sitting on the stool, and you talk like that. They just do that, or they might feel grouchy about that young ladies taking the table for 4, but they wouldn't take any action. So this is the example. You need to know your options, because the worst case scenario, they can say no. And at least you have a stool that for 4 people, right? So knowing your option and that you have nothing to lose, at least you can ask You can ask, and all they can say is no. And that's what I did. And point number 2, when you ask for favor, especially when you talk to stranger, just try the Japan Airlines flight attendant trick. You kneel down, have an eye level at the same eye level, and then have a nice smile and talk to them in a pleasant manner. And number 3, I think this is also important. Invest in your first impression, right? Invest in your first impression, because at that particular moment there are so many people in that particular Starbucks, and of course those are the 2 ladies sitting at the table for 4. And why did I feel confident talking to those ladies? Because they had a very nice facial impression. From their facial the first impression, you can tell they are kind, they are genuine, and they are caring and loving people. That's why I went there and talked to them. What if in the same situation, but those 2 ladies can be mean looking or looking grouchy? Maybe they had a quarrel with their spouse in the morning or something, or they had a bad time with their client or boss. If somebody is looking mean, angry, grouchy, you don't want to even bother talk to them, right? So this is the thing. Why some people become happy and rich? Because they have a very good first impression. And the first impression is something can never tell a lie. You can try to fake yourself. They say, fake it until you make it. I hate that word so much because I hate faking people. I only like genuine people. I only like people with integrity. So I can tell right away when somebody's faking. And then it shows on their face. The first impression is so honest. You can tell everything about that person's life, really. Whether or not they have a happy marriage, whether or not they are from a happy family, and whether or not the person is genuine with a big heart. So please invest in your first impression. That's the most important asset that you have. And that is the first impression of yours that could bring you opportunity for happiness and abundance. Because, that those 2 ladies were so good. If I weren't with my, gang, I would have said, hey, are you interested in making money? I know a very good investment. Are you interested in? I would be telling them something because they were so kind. It's a human nature. If somebody is good, you want to give back to them, right? So since they were so pleasant and they were helpful, I want to give them something to help them make money or help them become happy. I would have done that. So again, that's it. So please take care of your first impressions, and you have to invest in your first impression because first impression never lie, and that's the one you can attract happiness and abundance. Okay, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.